So next we are going to discuss what is meant by free energy. Free energy is the maximum amount of energy available to a system during a process, and that can be converted into a useful work. So free energy is the maximum amount of energy available to convert to a useful work. So that can be represented by the letter capital G. And the change in free energy is delta G. So next word is entropy. Before discussing the term entropy, I'm just inviting your attention to the three states of a substance. Definitely we know there are four states, including the fourth state is known as a plasma. So generally here we are going through the three basic states of a substance that are solid, liquid and gaseous. So in a solid state we know the atoms or molecules or ions are very closely packed. That means that molecules or ions they have a particular direction of arrangements in that crystalline solid state. So there in the solid state there is no randomness. So there is no disorder in the arrangement of atoms in a space. And when we move to liquid state, the atoms or molecules, the constituents of that liquid is random, a little bit more disordered than compared to solid substances. That means the atoms or ions in liquid state, they are packed very loosely compared to the solid state. When we just move into the gaseous state, the atoms or ions are more free, and thence the disorder of atoms in the gaseous state is higher than liquid state. So when we moved from solid to gaseous state, the disorder in the arrangement of atoms or molecules will be higher. So that measurement of disorder of atoms in a substance is known as entropy. So entropy is a measure of disorder or measure of randomness or disorder of a system. So that increases from solid state to gaseous state. So that can be represented as a capital S, and the change in entropy can be represented as delta S. So there is a famous equation that is known as a Gibbs equation. Gibbs equation. So the Gibbs equation is a mathematical representation of change in free energy, change in enthalpy, and change in entropy. So delta G, the change in free energy, is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So that form of these four parameters, that means change in free energy, change in entropy, change in enthalpy at a particular temperature, is known as a Gibbs free energy equation. So if delta G is equal to 0, that means that chemical process is an equilibrium. If delta G is positive, that means that reaction is non-spontaneous. And if delta G is negative, that means that system and that reaction is spontaneous. So by measuring the value of delta G, we can predict whether that reaction will happen or not. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe my channel for new videos in future. Thanks again for watching. God bless.